Chris Sewall here, baseball card collector, investor, dealer in that order. Welcome everyone, another PSA reveal video. Gonna speed up the beginning here as I open up the box so you don't have to watch me messing around with it. But a 51 card order here. This is all modern stuff. And as always, I made some predictions at the beginning and we'll do a financial breakdown at the end. Definitely made a few mistakes on this one. Some cards that didn't really make a whole lot of sense from a financial standpoint to send in, but we will go through them one by one here and yeah, see how I did. These were sent in at the $22 per card. Opening up here, 2004 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor Chris Bosh. These are numbered out of 50. That's actually Bosch's second year card. It got a mint 9. I had put 9 or 10 on the sheet. Definitely was hoping for a 10 on this. This is a kind of card where in a 10 it's just going to be such a low pop that you can really set your own asking price. In a 9 it loses a lot of its sort of, you know, high demand appeal to collectors. But yeah, still a nice grade there in a 9. Romelu Lukaku, he's a Belgian soccer great. 2009 Panini. This is actually his very first Panini sticker. And Panini stickers are pretty big in the soccer community, especially here in Europe. I got a 6. I actually put 8 or 9 on the sheet. I don't know why I got this. Because I looked that card over closely, I could not figure out why I got a 6 as opposed to an 8 or a 9. So that was a little disappointing. But 2015 Topps Triple Threads. This is a gold parallel of Tom Brady. It got an 8. These are shown numbered at a 99. I had put 8 or 9 on the sheet, so nothing crazy there. It had no chance at a 10 at a really slightly tipped corner on the back, so no chance at a 10. Had a few kabooms in this order. Here's a Kirk Cousins 2019 Panini Absolute kaboom, and I've had a few kabooms in my life now. This got a 9, and I've quickly learned grading the kabooms is almost always going to be worth it. They get big bumps by being graded. So yeah, Cousins got the 9. I think there's 3 more kabooms in this order. 2018 Topps Chrome Refractor Rafael Devers rookie. Got a 9. This card probably financially should not have been sent in because it's a loss in a 9 actually. In a 10, it's only a small bump, and given that PSA is just not giving out as many 10s as they used to, getting 10s is really tough now. Here's another card that got a 9, 97 Select Artist Proof Cal Ripken. Like a semi-rare 90s insert of my boy Cal. Also got the 9. But yeah, since PSA is giving out so few 10s, you have to adjust how many cards like this often aren't going to make as much sense to send in nowadays as they used to. Bunch of these essential credentials. If you've seen my past videos, you know I have a lot of these from a one purchase I made. I think this is the last of them. I sent them all the remaining ones in here. Mark Brunell got an 8. Antoine Smith rookie got a 7. I got killed on these throughout. Like most of them just were below. You know, in the Brunell, I thought it was an 8 or 9. I got an 8. The Antoine Smith, I put 8 or 9. I got a 7. All of them just look super sharp to me, but I didn't get any 10s, and I got very few 9s on these. The Troy Aikman here got an 8. Again, I'd put 8 or 9. It was the case across the board. So something about this set I just missed or don't understand, because to me they all look pack fresh perfect. Maybe minor centering issues here and there. Work Done got a 9. That's nice, and that is Work Done's rookie, but in general just got grades way less than I would have predicted across the board here. Yeah, Drew Bledsoe, for example, here got a 6. I couldn't find anything wrong with it. It's even centered basically perfect. Again, I put 8 or 9 on the sheet. You know, I originally thought like 9 or 10 on all of these, but I've adjusted it to 8 or 9, and even still, you know, the Bledsoe there got a 6. Keyshawn Johnson got an 8. These are all serial numbered out of 100. These are really nice looking cards. And again, I bought basically a full set from a viewer of the channel. Really cool collection he sold me. Marcus Allen here got a 7. And I believe that's the last one of them. I've sent the vast majority of them into PSA, and I think it's something like a 60 card set, and I've probably sent in 40 to 45 of them now over the course of a number of orders. Here's another kaboom, 2020 Panini Absolute kaboom, Tyreek Hill, and this one got a 9. Remember, the Cousins also got a 9. The Tyreek Hill got a 9. Again, even in 9s, the kabooms are going to see some significant bumps. Here's a soccer one, Roberto Firmino, and this one got a 10, which was quite a bit more valuable than I would have predicted, but this was a nice hit. I think this is actually the sort of the biggest increase in value that I got in this entire order, is this Roberto Firmino kaboom. Really nice Cal Ripken card here. This is definitely a PC card. 2000 Upper Deck Piece of History. It's a bat and jersey card, still numbered out of 100. These are incredibly rare. I couldn't find a comp on this. There hasn't been a sale of one in a long time. These are really tough to find. It got a 9. I would have loved a 10 on this, but yeah, that's definitely a PC card, not a card you see very often. Very early sort of jersey memorabilia card. 2000 is one of the first years they were doing it. Another kaboom, Daniel Jones from 2020. also got a 9. So yeah, there were 4 kabooms in this order. The soccer, Roberto Firmino got a 10. The 3 football guys all got 9s, and Kirk Cousins, Tyreek Hill, and Daniel Jones. Another Cal Ripken card. There's going to be a bunch in this order. Another sort of semi-rare insert from the 90s. 1998 Topps Mystery Finest Refractor. It's actually borderless refractor. And this got an 8. Put 9 or 10. Again, another one I looked over. I could not figure out why that got an 8. Look, I thought it was a 10 contender. This one got a 7. 2000 Skybox. This is actually a really rare Rubies parallel. Serial numbered out of 50. This will definitely be a PC card from 2000 Skybox. This one got a 7. And I must have made a mistake when I made the sheet back when I sent the cards in, as I'd put 9 or 10, but I remember this card had some light shipping on the corners. It had no chance at a 10. 7 I thought was a tad harsh. I think I was really hoping for an 8, but yeah, got a 7. Still a PC card since it's so rare. I guess there were more essential credentials. Curtis Martin, this one got a 9. I think that's the second 9 in the order from these. So like I said, I rarely get the 9s on these. Never got any 10s, but rarely got a 9s. But yeah, did get two 9s in the batch in this order. Steve McNair, another one here, got an 8. And I think that wraps up the essential credentials. I said that already, but I'm pretty sure this time it actually did. So if you look over the sheet, and I don't know if you can see it really well, but my predictions are not going very well. I'm very few on the high end of my prediction and a lot on the low end, and even some under. Here's an Iverson card from Allen Iverson, 2003 Finest Refractor jersey. This got an 8, and another one. I'd put 9 or 10 here. This got an 8. I looked this over. I couldn't tell why it would get. Cards like that. If you get a 9, you think it's perfect. Okay, a 9, but I don't know why it got the 8. Second example in a row. Tim Duncan refractor jersey, 2004 Finest Red Refractor, serial numbered out of 79, and yeah, got an 8. And both those cards to me look perfect. They're both thicker, and thicker cards often have issues you don't see, but still, I thought they were 10 contenders, and they both got 8s. This one did get a 10. It's a 2017 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor Nolan Arenado, numbered out of 50, and it got a 10. It's not a big money card, but a nice card to have in a 10. Probably a really low pop count. You can set your own asking price. Another example of that, 2018 Topps Chrome Orange Refractor Jose Altuve, serial numbered out of 25. And this card also got a 10. So yeah, a couple nice 10s there to, we'll say, make up for those basketball jerseys that got 8s. And I think I only have gotten 3 10s so far halfway through the order here. Now, a lot of the cards had no chance at 10s, especially if you consider the essential credentials were not 10 contenders given what I now know about them, but yeah, only 3 10s halfway through the order. Definitely was hoping for better than that. 1995 SP Championship Shots Gold Kevin Garnett. This is a rookie year insert and actually a rookie year parallel insert. It got a 9. This is actually a really good card price wise to send in. I'll go over that at the end as to what I mean by that. Another Cal Ripken sort of semi-rare insert, artist proof from 1996 Sportsflix got a 7. Ugh. And I'd put 9 or 10 on the sheet. It actually did have some chipping on the back, which I might have missed sending it in, but I still thought 7 was a bit harsh. Here's a card that I really like to send in this type of card, and I'll explain what I mean by that at the end. This is a 2007 Spotlight Tribute Shakira. It's probably a card most people have never seen before. I think I sent in 2 of them. Yeah, and they both got 9s. And again, this is just not a card that's going to be on many people's radar. And yeah, I'll go over that more at the end. But I like sending in cards like this for a very specific reason. Another sort of semi-rare insert of Cal Ripken from the 1990s, 1996 Zenith Artist Proof, and this one got a 9. I put 9 or 10 on the sheet for these. A lot of these just not getting the 10s I was hoping for on the Ripkens. 2014 Panini Excalibur Joel Embiid rookie. This got a 9. I definitely sent in 2 of those. Let's see. I guess the other one's coming up later. 2001 Topps Chrome Refractor Steve Nash. I was amazed at how inexpensive this card is. Got a 9, and I think it was a loss getting a 9. Like I didn't even recover my grading fees, which I would not have guessed going in. I would have thought this would have gotten a nice bump in value from a 9. Another Ripken from the 90s, 97 Finest Refractor gets a 9. See, just not getting 10s on my Ripkens here. And not that they all deserve 10s or anything, but I would have thought that more of them, sprinkled here and there would pick up the 10 grade. Kurt Warner, second year, the 2000 Finest Gold Refractor, second year, and he has very few rookies, so his second years are a little more relevant than other players. gets a 9. This card's numbered out of 300. This is another card I would have thought is worth a lot more than it is, given that's a Hall of Famer, second year gold refractor out of 300. Andre Iguodala rookie, the 2004 Topps Chrome black refractor. The black refractors are numbered out of 500, and yet again another 9. There's another card, kind of like the Shakiras we saw earlier, 1999 Panini Smash Hits Collection sticker, Backstreet Boys. This card got a 9, and I really like sending in cards like this, and I'll, again, explain that in more detail at the end. Very similar to the 2 Shakira cards from earlier. Here's a 10, finally. 2004 Topps Chrome Refractor. Allen Iverson gets a PSA Gem Mint 10, and the 10s are going to be big bumps in value on a card like this, whereas the 9 are going to essentially be break-evens for the most part. So that's nice to get the 10 on the Iverson Refractor. Another Ripken. This one's a pretty rare one. 2000 Ultimate Victory Parallel. This card's serial numbered out of 25, and it got a 9. And a card like this has probably only been graded by PSA 5 times in total. So there may not be any 10s. I didn't check the pop report, but there may not be 10s of the card. And if there is, it's just a few. 2013 Finest Green Refractor autograph. Jose Fernandez is numbered out of, I think it was 99. But I got a PSA 9. For those who don't know, Jose Fernandez actually died, I think, in a boating accident in like 2015 maybe, so doesn't have very many cards or autographs, of course. Carmen Electra 2006 Finest. This is a refractor, serial numbered out of 299, and it got a mint 9. This is one where you really need a 10 to see any notable value increase. This was one I definitely should not have sent in. 2014 Panini Prizm Representatives Silver Prizm, but the card only comes in Silver Prizm. You can't get the card in like a base, so it's a fairly common card. PSA mint 9. I think it's not even worth the grading fee in this grade here. That would have needed a 10 to have any sort of value increase. Here's a 10. 2019 Topps Chrome Red Refractor Alex Bregman. This card's cool because it's serial numbered out of 5. Red refractors are serial numbered out of 5. Got a 10. I didn't look, but I'm sure that's I would guess that's a pop 1. So that'll be a set your own asking price and sit on it for a while type of thing. CC Sabathia 2000 Bowman Chrome Teen Idols Refractor. I didn't do my research on this card either before deciding whether to send it in, but it got a 9. CC Sabathia doesn't have many rookie cards. It's actually rookie cards the year before, but sort of one of his earlier cards. Here's the other, Joel Embiid. It got a 10. 2014 Panini Excalibur. That's his rookie. Remember the first one got a 9. And I put 9 or 10 on the sheet for each of the Embiids. 2014 Panini Prizm Purple Prizm. Luka Modric he's a Croatian superstar. This is the first year of Prizm Soccer, and I think the purple Prizms are numbered out of 99. So that's a nice card there and a 9. Kevin De Bruyne, if you're a big soccer fan, you know him. He's a superstar for Belgium. Had 2 of these cards. These are sort of oddball cards. I picked these up here in the Netherlands. And De Bruyne, 2010. I think these are like his first cards. They're oddball. I don't quite know much about them, but they're very, very rare. They got some decent value. Got an 8 and a 9, and I don't know if they're like his true first cards, but they're really, really close to it. Dwight Howard rookie 2004 Topps Chrome Refractor. It got a 9, and I was actually pretty surprised at how little value this card has in anything other than a 10. I had put 8 or 9 on the sheet. It's a little bit off centered, so I didn't think I had a chance at a 10, but. And a 9, I would have thought it would have still had more value than it does. Adrian Peterson autograph, cool card. 2007 SP Rookie Threads, rookie exclusive auto, Adrian Peterson, and it's numbered out of 149, and it got a PSA mint 9. Adrian Peterson cards don't sell particularly high, but still a cool early year auto of Adrian Peterson. Shohei Ohtani, 2018 Topps Living. This is his rookie. Got a PSA mint 9. Another one that this one just didn't make sense to send in, given how hard 10s are. If this gets a 10, it's a nice bump, and a 9, I think it's a small loss. So borderline that whether it's even worth trying. And last card, 2006 Finest Jay-Z is his first card. He was in all the basketball sets for whatever reason, but that's his first card there. And I think that Jay-Z is numbered out of 599, and it got a 9. So looking over the entire order, really not great here. I count 14 cards that I got on the high end of my prediction, 29 cards that I got on the low end of my prediction, and then 8 cards that were actually lower than my two range prediction altogether. It's really not a great result overall. I generally would expect to do better than that. All right, let's look at the value added to each of these cards by sending them in. And these are all estimated as always. The grading fee was $22 per card. I'm rounding it up to $25. as you do have to pay shipping and insurance in 2 directions when you submit cards to any of the grading companies. So this Shohei Ohtani, to use as our example, this is about a $15 card raw. I spent $25 to have it graded. Now that it's in a PSA 9 holder, it's about a $30 card. So I actually lost $10 by submitting this to PSA. The Alex Bregman is serial number out of 5. No comps on this one. These are all guesses. $50 raw, I would say. It's about $100 maybe now that it's in a 10. But I think there's added value here, as in, given that it's going to be a pop 1, you can set your own asking price, and maybe you'll get a significantly higher price. The LeBron James, as I mentioned, was a mistake to send in altogether. $10 card raw, $20 now that it's in a 9. About $15 loss there. Jose Fernandez didn't do much, added about $10 or so. The Chris Bosh gold refractor, really thought this was going to be worth more. These tough to value because there weren't any sale comps on it, but about $40 would be my guess raw, about $100 graded in a 9, $35 added there. The Iverson was nice, added over $100 to the Iverson. This Ripken refractor was about a $5 loss. This one was also a loss, maybe a $25 loss or so, but this one's really hard to tell what this would sell for raw or graded. I'm just guessing about the same, given that it's I'm guessing raw is about the same as a PSA 7. This Ripken, another one, tough to say, no comps on it. This one doesn't really matter as it's going into my PC, but I'm gonna guess it added about $25. This Kevin Garnett was a really nice sort of hidden one. $25 raw value, $100 in a 9. That's a nice card to buy for $25 and submit it if it looks mint, because probably in an 8 you're breaking even, 9 you're making $50, and if you luckily get a 10 you're hitting it big. The Duncan getting an 8 was about a $25 loss, basically did not increase the value at all. The 2 Embiid's about $20 cards raw. The 9 is about $60. The 10 is about $120. So combined added about $90 in value there. The Rafael Devers lost about a $5 loss in a 9. If a card's a loss in a 9, not always, but generally I'd say if a card's going to be a loss in a 9, it's probably not worth sending in unless there's some notable thing about the 10. The Lukaku, I guess, added about $25. The 3 Kabooms were all very, very similarly valued. I valued them each at about $100 raw and about $200 in a PSA 9 holder. This is the 3 football Kaboom. So each one added about $75 a piece by getting them graded. The Roberto Firmino is the biggest hit in the order. About a $100 card raw, and a PSA 10 goes for about $500. So $375 in added value there. The essential credentials, so these 6 were all very similarly priced. Again, I'm just estimating the values of all this stuff because there's just not comps on a lot of them, but these are about $50 raw a piece and about $75 a piece now that they're in PSA holders, and really, not notable PSA holders. There's a 6, couple 7s, some 8s. So this is basically, these 6 were basically a break even. The 2 that got 9s are really nice. I put these at about $50 a piece raw again, but I think they're about $250 a piece in a PSA 10. So that added $350 between the 2 of them. The Troy Aikman was the most valuable card from the essential credentials. It was about a $250 card raw, and it added about $225 by getting it graded. The 2 Kevin De Bruyne's, again, tough ones to say, but about $50 in added value amongst the 2. There are 17 more cards, and I'll be honest, I just get tired of making the visual here, so put these all in one. The Altuve and Arenado, those were nice increases, sort of like $50 each or so. Everything else was more or less a break even. A few cards up, a few cards slightly down, a few cards right at the break even point. So overall, these 17 cards added about $100 in value. Again, it's really from the 2 cards in the lower right, and everything else was about a break even. And then the 2 music cards I just want to talk about real quick. I like sending stuff like this in. 1999 Panini Smash Hits Backstreet Boys. They're obviously a popular band in the 90s. They don't have very many cards, very, very few graded cards. This is probably going to be the only one available wherever I decide to sell it. So, it's $5. I'm all in for $30. I can go, I put this one on my COMC account. It's there for $96 or best offer. I have no idea if it's going to sell. It hasn't sold yet, but maybe there's some Backstreet Boys fan out there who really wants the card. They want it that way, and there it is, $96. That's their only chance to buy it. And they're like, why not? I'll go ahead and buy that. And same thing with the Shakira here. Very, very few cards for Shakira. Very, very popular musician, obviously. And I have no idea what these would sell for, but they both got 9s. These are probably Pop 2. I probably only 2 graded copies. I like this sort of card. You can just put it in your store again. I did the same thing with one of them, put it in my COMC store at $96. It may or may not sell, but whenever, wherever, it's kind of cool. And so here's all the added value all on one chart, and the total was about $1,600. And basically that just means I'm going to be making about $1,600 more by selling them graded now than if I had just sold them raw. And a lot of you have pointed out, well, you're not factoring in seller fees, and that's true. But there'd be seller fees if I sold the cards raw as well. So a lot of that is sort of offset. But, you know, $1,600 for a 51 card order, I would say in general is not a great result. I think that's mainly just because I didn't quite get the grades as good as I was hoping. But I mean, you know, still not something I'm complaining about. But that's it. Thank you everyone for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope you enjoyed, and see you all again next time. Thanks everyone.